Break time, everyone. As far as the time goes, it's about 10:30. It's raining, somewhat chilly. It's about 48 degrees. The moisture that you see here is from Hurricane Nicole. That's right, everyone. There's a storm on the way. And for this adventure, we're out for a stealth hike. For the last 2 hours, I've been out hiking, going up and over the mountains so that I could make my way to a house up here on the hill. The thing about this house is it's been abandoned, and you'll see why shortly. I'll tell you all more about this place in just a minute, and I'll show it to you as well. For now, I gotta hike up another hill. As you all can see here, I've switched over to the red light, and that's because I want to minimize my chances of being seen. All right, folks. I'm inside of the house. This is interesting. All right. Whew. Let me take off this pack, cover up these windows, and we'll get this adventure underway. It's been years since I've been to this location, and I couldn't remember exactly what the area looks like, where the houses are, and so on. So I brought a couple of tarps with me that I can use to cover up the windows and the door. But after looking this place over, I could see that I don't need to worry about the door, but I do need to cover up these windows so that I'm not seen. Before I get those tarps out, I'm going to look around here and see if I can't find something to cover up these windows. One window done, one more to go. Welcome to my stealth camp location, folks. This is where I'm camping tonight, right here, down in the basement. I'm sure you all have some questions. One logical question would be, where the heck is Luke at? So, where I'm at right now is an abandoned house on some National Park Service land. This house has been deemed for condemnation. They are going to either tear it down or do a burn next week. So come next week, this place will be no more. I figured because of that, and because of the incoming storm, I would come to this location, camp in it one time. I've never done it, always thought about it. So here we are. Tonight we are camping in a rotten, abandoned house. You may be familiar with the area that I'm in, but I guarantee you did not know that this place existed. This is far off of the trail. I've had to hike quite far to get here. And as you can see, there's no graffiti. Everything's in, well, not good shape, but it hasn't been destroyed by people, no vandalism. With that being said, let me show you all around a little bit. It's pretty clear that I'm in the basement. We have the door back here. There's 2 windows. The place is full of junk, all sorts of tools, I believe that's guttering over here, some old sawhorses. For this side of the house, everything looks pretty solid. But if you go to this side, you'll see that it is in very rough shape. You can't see it right now, but there is no roof over here. And in fact, we have quite a bit of water pouring into this side. Since I have this lantern going, I might as well utilize the heat coming off of it and make some tea. It's amazing how much heat that little lantern puts off. It's enough, in fact, to warm me up. Let's take a second here and let's go over the forecast for Hurricane Nicole here in the mountains of North Carolina. So as it stands right now, the track of the storm is coming right over the top of us. So it says, tonight, showers, rain can be heavy at times, amounts 1 to 2 inches. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms possible after 11 a.m. Heavy rainfall, 2 to 3 inches. Tomorrow night, more rain, showers, thunderstorms, heavy rainfall. A flood watch went into effect today at 7 o'clock and it ends tomorrow night. Now you may notice that I took my poncho and I set it up partially over this door, and all that is doing is just blocking the wind from being blown in here. That's about it. The tea that I'm having is spice, apple, and vanilla. Smells incredibly good. I would have coffee, but it is a little bit late for that. Especially with the way that I make coffee. You don't drink the coffee that I make and go to sleep. You drink it and you flip out, right? You run through the woods, you go do crazy stuff. It boosts testosterone levels in men and women 1,000%. Pretty dangerous stuff. As I was approaching this house here, I switched over to the red light, and the only reason... Whoa! The wind just tore down my poncho. Wow, that was a strong wind gust. It sounded crazy. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about coming up the hill here, and as I approached, I turned on my red light, and that's because this house is up on a hill. There are some locations, some mountaintops that can see this. There's no houses around, but yet I wanted to be cautious. The last thing that I want is a visitor tonight. Someone coming up here to see what I'm doing. Something I will have to get used to tonight is all of the sounds of this house. It creaks and pops, and there's weird metallic noises, and I don't know. Typically I sleep on alert. The slightest sound, I wake up. That's not a good thing when a hurricane's coming through and you're inside of a creaky, rotten house. So we'll see how well I sleep tonight. Hopefully I sleep some. We shall see. As for the house, tomorrow we'll take a good close look at it. We might even go upstairs if we can. I mean, there's a gigantic hole. Well, holes all over the place here. From what I understand, a family did live in this home. I'm not entirely sure for how long. I don't know when they left. I'm not sure why the place has fallen down, fallen into disrepair. I did attempt to look up the history of this place, but I didn't find anything. All that I know is that the land in the house was signed over to the National Park Service at some point in time. It's time for the evening to come to an end. Time to call it a night. Tell you what, this place makes all sorts of strange sounds. I've been hearing all sorts of like metal and stuff like banging from upstairs. I'm interested to see what Hurricane Nicole brings our way. Good night, folks. See you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It has been raining rather hard. I would say a few inches have fallen already. I did take down the poncho over the door last night, and that's not because of wind, but because of airflow. I was getting hot and stuffy in here, so I took that down. That way I can enjoy some air. I did wake up at one point in time, and a mouse like ran over the top of my sleeping bag here. I'm sure you all can hear it. It is pouring out there. Like it's really, really coming down. For breakfast, I have some sort of peanut butter, banana, and oats bar, along with some top-notch coffee here. Only the best for me. You know how I roll. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. By the way, this is instant coffee. I've had people write in asking, what am I putting into the water? Instant coffee. I'm going to share with you all the way that I look at places like this. Even though this is an abandoned home, it's falling down, it's going to be torn down, I still want to treat it with respect. I think of all of the events that probably took place here, right? Love, heartbreak, broken bones, laughter and crying. There's a lot of power in a home, even after it's been abandoned for a long period of time. I should mention this. There's no signage here saying that I can't be inside of this building. There's no trespassing signs or anything like that. I'm just way out in the forest in the middle of nowhere with an abandoned house. After looking at the house, looking at the road, I'm having a hard time gauging at like when this was abandoned. Maybe in the 80s? There's some tools here that are newer than that, but the house, the infrastructure, and a lot of this junk is clearly from the 80s, so no, that's my best guess. It was abandoned in the 80s, maybe. tell you what, folks, I'm going to finish up my coffee, have my breakfast, get all of this stuff packed up, then we'll go explore this house. After that, we have the long hike out of here. And that is going to be interesting, I'm sure. All right, everyone, we're now inside of the upper level of the house here. It looks like most of this place has been torn apart, been gutted. That's a natural step before tearing this place down. You can see here that this is a 2-story home plus the basement. Now let's go through the house here and check it out. All right, everyone, let me get my gear on and we'll go. And folks, here we go. You all could see all of the water that's coming off of this mountain. This is not a creek. This is just excess runoff. The rain has picked up. That thunderstorm's getting closer. Woo! I mentioned earlier that it's pretty warm, and it is. As you may be able to tell, I'm back on the trail now, and I'm amazed at how much water is running here. Inside of the house there, I didn't think it was raining that hard, but obviously it has been. I just got service, everyone. Let's see if I can't check the weather real quick. So this is what we're looking at weather-wise. 4 inches of rain has fallen so far. There is a flood warning in place. By the way, I should explain what I'm doing here. So we were at the house up at the top of the hill. We're going down, There's a creek down here. Luckily, we don't have to cross it, but I have to cut back up and go on top of the mountain. That's my way out of here. Woo. When I get down to the bottom here, before I have to jet up, I'll have to make a decision. Do I want to stop for lunch or just get this done? Woo! Wow. It's windy, and also this trail is now flooded. Woo! I should be getting pretty close to the creek now. Definitely. I can actually hear it. I can hear a roaring sound coming from the forest over here. Whoa. I just got eyes on the creek, and it is definitely up. Now, luckily, I don't have to cross it, but unfortunately, I'm at the bottom, and now I have to go off trail and straight up. I am so glad I don't have to cross that. As you all saw there, the water is up. It's maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 6 inches deep. That's enough water to sweep you off of your feet and to sweep you down the valley here. Woo! As it stands right now, it's a little bit early for lunch, so I'm going to begin my trek up the mountain here. Plus, it's really windy. Setting up the tarp would be a chore. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head up the mountain and go home. I may not be soaked from the rain, but I am definitely soaked in sweat. Heading up this mountain, off trail, surrounded by streams. They're just running everywhere. I just got a text message from Susie, and she says the basement's flooded. She also says the creeks are very close to going outside of their bounds. So I'm glad I'm going home. That makes me feel better about this decision to go home instead of stopping for lunch. Since I have so much uphill hiking to do, and all I'm doing is huffing and puffing, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Folks, thank you so much for joining me for this trip. This one has been different than my normal overnight adventures. I didn't even eat anything on camera. That's pretty funny. Most people would consider that a win because everybody's least favorite part about a camping video is someone eating. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. It's a great way to support this channel. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you want to support the Outdoor Gear Review, a channel that's agenda free, you can do so Patreon, YouTube. It is appreciated. Take care, my friends. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.